think we're live, folks. I think we are live. Hey, folks, what's going on? Welcome back into the channel, my friends. Thanks for coming in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, will this work? I've kind of tried to make a shade spot for us. I don't know if this is going to work exactly, but we're going to give her a shot. See, the camera angle is here, camera angle is here. I think that should work. I think for now, we're going to see how she looks when I have to readjust her just a little bit. But I think for right now, I think it's good. Thank you guys for tuning in, my friends. I appreciate it. See, we're down on the Mississippi again, midday. I had to build some shade. It's too dang hot to set up there with the camera and everything on these blocks. It's not going to be 90-some degrees again today, so what the heck? That looks like skipjack. Look at that skipjack Harry. See a little stinker? Ooh. We got a herring down here, folks. And we got something rigged up for that. Seriously? I've been sitting there for 20 minutes making sure she was stable and she just flew over. Dang it. Hang on, folks, let me fix this. Our knot came off, obviously. I mean, this is a makeshift little thingy I made down here to try and block some of the sun. So, give me just a second. That's got to be put back up. Alright, I think that'll do. Now, multiple things going on right now, folks. That was a skipjack. That's a nice one, too. Maybe make a few casts here, see if he'll smack at something running by him. Well, if I had the time and the energy, I'd cast a little crappie jig or something around here to get him, but I don't know. There are other fish to catch. But right now, I think we're just going to get out here where he usually is and get out, see if we can catch some, my friends. I really don't know exactly about this camera angle yet. I haven't really checked her out 100%. That's too far out. The last thing I want to do is hook the our shade spot right here. All right, that's better. That's where I wanted it. That's where I wanted it, my friends. As the water, as the sun gets a little lower on the horizon, I will kind of switch her up so that we can get a better camera view. But for right now, this is about all I can get, my friends. We're kind of like pinned underneath a little makeshift protected area here from the sun. Tried to make that as best I could. I ain't got that right, do I? The wind just got to start blowing now. Breeze feels good at least. All right. I need a little longer stick, I'm afraid. All right, let's check that chat and see what's going on, my friends. Yeah, we are still working on getting our backup cell phone fixed. So unfortunately, we're going to have to do her like this for now, folks. Be real quick. Let's see, Rod Wilson, what's going on? Thanks for coming in, my friend. Rod Wilson says MVP. Let's see, Pierre Coops. Thanks for coming in, Pierre. Pierre says Mike. Let's see, Rod says, hey, Pierre and Colby, what's going on? Thanks for coming in, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, Rod says, hey, Colby. It says, good luck, dude, I got class. I appreciate you coming in, Colby. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, fishing, not catching, what's going on? Thanks for coming in, my friend. Good morning to you, too, my friend. Let's see, Gaming, what's going on? Thanks for coming in, my friend. Let's see, Rob. Oh, that's Miss Giggy. Thanks for coming in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hi, Miss Giggy. The trick is if we get a bite, we got to get the cell in the tripod quickly enough. Let's see, Fishing on the Journey says MVP. Good luck, my friend. I appreciate that. See, Kevin, what's going on? Thanks for coming in, Kevin. Kevin says hello in chat. Let's see, Miss Giggy says Pier. Let's see, Gaming says FNC. And we are just getting started, my friend. Let's see, Arctic, what's going on? Thanks for coming in, my friend. Arctic says, I got strep throat. I'm home for the school. I'm sorry to hear that, my friend. I hope you feel better. Let's see, Journey says, Rod, hello. And see, yep, Edwards, what's going on? Thanks for coming in, Ed. I appreciate it, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, Rod says, hello, Lamb. Ed, hello. Let's see, Journey says, real better. Yep, feel better. All right, we are caught up with chat. Hope it's in a good angle. You guys can see her. Not too high, not too low. Gonna be a little tricky manning chat right now, my friends. We're just gonna have to make sure we can see this because we are way back here. I can't really get an angle to see what I'm actually seeing. What I've noticed is we do need to be down a little bit. So I think that will be, yep, there's a skipjack coming out here chasing stuff down here right now. This is as good as I can get, my friends, right now. Yeah, as the sun sets, we're gonna put the camera over here, but for now, this is as good as I can get. Oops, there's a bite. That popped hard one. I think you guys can see me. Well, I'd like to get that skipjack. The only way I'm going to get that is on an artificial. There he goes again. He's definitely out here chasing stuff. If I put a large bobber casted out there with the rig I've got on, might have a hoop does a pop dang. That rod went full hard once, really good. Yeah, these carp are in here right close to the bank. There's also some skipjack and stuff running around here. You don't have to cast out very far. It's about 7 or 8 feet deep, right off this rock face here. Come on, buddy, hit it. Yeah, there are tons of fish down here right now. It is hard to fish this in this like 90-something degree temperatures. Now, you get a little bit of shade down here, you're fine, but it usually doesn't get shady till around noon. That's why yeah, there he goes over here now. Man, I really should cast an artificial over here. Wonder what I've got in my bag that I can rig up real quick. There's a skipjack over here. I would love to have a skipjack herring right now to be able to fish for catfish and carp. Yeah, this sucker just started coming up. Or I'd have cast for him before the feed. I don't know where my good bobber is. There's my bobber. This will hold up one of my my small weights. Now, if I can just find a small little crappie jig or something. Soft plastic would be fine. That's big. What they're feeding on. Yeah, there's a number of them over here, folks. I do have some in my bag. Hang on, folks. We've got some stuff happening right now. We've got some skipjack herring and stuff coming up to the surface. I want to see if I can coerce one of these guys to hit. Which rod do I try? Man, it's tough which rod I want to cast over here for these skipjacks. Tell you what, this would be easier to. Yep, this has been clean. Tell you what, I'm going to leave this one out here. Well, yeah, there's another one just busted up right over there. All right, so that's a little. One of Steve Turner's, one of his little baits, and we're going to keep this about how shallow they're hitting. We're going to keep this pretty shallow. See if I can get one of these guys to hit. Probably go after my weight stop before we go after the bait. Popped after my bobber, little sucker. He did. He tried to grab my bobber. I ain't kidding you, man. I felt a pop, and I'm looking at. He tried to eat my daggone bobber. Get off here. Get off, get off, get off, get off. Alright. It was up a little bit so I can give her a little bit of room. I need one to hit that hook. They're really aggressive guys, those guys right now. Thinker went after my bobber there and didn't go after the dang bait. He's going to do it again, I know he is. That's our first sign of some schools of skipjack right now, folks. Still got one rod with corn on here. Don't you hate it when like a predator fish, like a bass or something, comes up and tries to eat your bobber? I know we might be needed to be pointed down more. I'm looking. Well, I'm just surprised it went after the bobber and not that little swim bait behind it. He grabs this thing, I got him. But you gotta grab the part with the hook on it, not my bobber. Let's try just a couple of casts out here just with this keeper before I go back to fishing for carp. That school seems it might have moved on. It looks like they might be moving downriver for the winter already. Pretty hot out here. It's not too bad underneath the shady spot that I made. It's kind of crazy when the fish comes up and tries to eat your bobber, but won't grab the actual thing that looks like a fish. A rock. That's why I have to watch going deeper. Alright. Get the corn back on. Tell you what, take one cast over here. Maybe I can work one in. I still gotta be setting here. Getting a little breeze down here, not much. Let's bite on that. Yep. Come on, buddy. I know this camera angle is a little limiting. I apologize for that, folks. Gotta got snagged. I dumb it. I had him there for a second. He was just pulled off. Dang it. Thought that might have been our first fish, folks, but unfortunately, let it sit out there for too long. Now we got both rods sitting here with nothing on them. Put that right to the side here. Maybe I'll use it later. Some more come out. Leave that there just in case I need a chance to cast that thing again. Just get back to the chat in just a minute, folks. I appreciate your patience. Pretty hot out here in the sun. You guys have got the shaded spot. I have to come back there in a minute so I can check the chat. Cool off for a couple minutes. Jeez Louise, that had to be a grass carp. That's too big to be a skipjack there. I like 20 pounds. Or striper. I mean, it could have possibly been a striper. But the striper, one of them skipjacks just got themselves eaten. Alright, this is our spinning combo. Just right back out here by the bank. Pull that up a little higher. I think they're spooky right now. I'm sitting right in front of them. I mean, I ain't put 7 or 8 feet away from them. Mine's starting to get warm, as you can tell. It'll start spinning on here. Alright. That one looks good. I'm going to need to put more bait on this one. I purposely put this one close to the bottom because I was getting a lot of buffalo carp down here the other day. They is very close to the bottom. Now you see people using like still rigs for them, but you notice that they're not very far off the bottom. The still rig is probably holding the bait an inch or two. Oh, really? Did you guys see that? I wasn't looking. Something hit that on the way down. That rod was just pulling. Crap. I'm going to ask you guys here in a minute if this camera angle looks okay. Can you see the water and the rods and everything? As the sun sets further this way, the shade will start pushing this way so we can get a better camera angle. I can do a little bit of adjustment, but not a whole lot at the moment. Pretty good. Yep. We're getting some bites, folks. That's all that matters. We're going to hook one of these guys eventually. Most of that corn's gone. You knew it, that was going to be like that. But give me a minute here, folks. We're trying. Fighting the heat out here, the flies, and the snakes, sun. What's the name of this title of the name of this video? Will this work? It's basically our sunblock. See if that'll work to set it up so we can fish down here right now. All right, that's pretty good. All right, let's go check that chat, see what's going on. Sorry it took me so long, folks. There was some skipjack herring down here. I wanted to see if I could kind of get one of them guys, but unfortunately that did not happen. They can be sneaky down here, these skipjack down here. Let's see, Catching says, hey, Ed. Let's see, Journey says, hey, Finding. Let's see, Julie, what's going on? Thanks for coming in, Julie. Hi, Julie. Hi. Hi, Julie. Let's see, SJC, what's going on? Thanks for coming in, my friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, 89 people in. Awesome, my friends. And 27 thumbs up. Let's see, SJC says hi. And let's see, P7, what's going on? Thanks for coming in, my friend. P7 says hello. Let's see, Miss Giggy says Julie. Let's see, Pierre says Julie. SG says, what are they? Those ones that were hitting up by the surface, those were skipjack herring, my friend. That's a form of cut bait. Let's see, James, what's going on? Thanks for coming in, my friend. Put them up, man. I'm working on it, my friends. Let's see, Chris, what's going on? Thanks for coming in, my friend. And Gata, what's going on? Thanks for coming in. I appreciate that, guys. Yes, we're down here fishing on the Mississippi River. As you guys can see, I've set up a small sunblock to try and keep the sun off of us while we fish down here. It is very hot down there. Let's see, Robert, what's going on? Thanks for coming in, my friend. Robert says Vidbond. All right, I think we're caught up with chat, folks. Let's get this pod. I think that camera angle is as good as we can get it, my friends, right now. As we start, you know, sun starts setting, we can get out here and get these rods in a better position. Come on, hit it. Jeez. Got him. Got him. Whoa, buddy. Whoa. That's on corn. First fish of the day, my friends. What do we got? I don't think that's a carp. It's not fighting very. We might have a catfish. Is that or a smaller carp? That's our first fish of the day, folks. Number one. I hope we got a good camera angle here, folks. Yep. Oh, that's a small buffalo carp. Wow, that's just a couple pound buffalo carp. Yeah, I think we were off the feed right there. I think this should be close as we can get her. Boy, that's a itty bitty buffalo carp. That's only a couple, like a pound and a half, 2 pounds. That's just a gorgeous little fish. Yeah, I kind of feel ashamed about using my net on this one, but these guys can be so dang slippery. Off the chunk of rock there. Plus, we're on like kind of a angle here that can't really do much more than this. All right, we got her, folks. First fish of the day is in the bag. Oh yeah, that's still a couple pounds. That's still a couple pounds, my friends. All right, let's get this hook out of this fish. We'll show them off to you guys. Tell you what, my scale is in my backpack. Stay fishy, please. Please stay. He ain't gonna stay. You know it. You know it. Just give me a split second here. All right, we got our scale. 2 pounds off the net. I'm gonna say about 4 pounds. 3.5, 4. We'll find out right here, right now. Pretty close. 6.02 minus 2 for the net is 4.02. It's a little 4.5 pounder. 4 point, just barely over 4 pounds in fact. Boy, I kid you not. How do I hook a fish that has a mouth so small I can't even stick my pinky finger in? I need a 15, 20 pounder, you can understand, because they actually got a mouth big enough where you can get their hook in their mouth. I can't get my finger in its mouth to get the fish. Kind of glad I didn't get it out that time. He fell right out of the net, but he's still hooked. Second time in the net. There, buddy. He did a flip and fell right out of the dang net. Yeah, no worries on hurting this fish. We do have a rubber net, so no worries on hurting these fish, my friends. Oh, boy. Yeah, you know if I hold him like this, he's just going to flip out of my hands the moment I get the hook out. You know it. Behind that hook. Back. And pop out. Alright, that's our first fish of the day, my friends. Look at how gorgeous these smaller buffalo carp are. Beautiful. Dark, bronze, gold, greenish colors on him. Dark black tail. Just gorgeous, my friends. He's kissing everybody. He's kissing at you. Alright, come on, buddy. Get back in the water. Quick little drop off here. Ready to go. He's dropped in like 6 or 7 feet of water, so look at him just sitting there. Go on. Go. Other direction. Yeah, he's just going to sit there and get his bearings back. He's in like 6 feet of water. No worries on him. Yeah, I know we could have a better camera angle right now, folks, but unfortunately with the way the sun is set up, if I did that, my battery extender would overcharge in 5 minutes up in this 90-something degree rocks. Yeah, that was our Carolina rig about 8 or 10 inches off the bottom. That was actually rigged up for common carp. Got the daggone buffalo carp. Crazy, huh? Oh, no, I don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Come on, buddy. There you go. There we go. Yeah, I'm glad this lens floats. Or that would have been gone because that water is actually pretty deep right here. Alright, if you guys are just tuning in, thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate it, my friends. As you guys can see, we're down here back on the Mississippi River, down by the Arch in St. Louis. Down in our hazardous rock spot down here. Extreme heat, humidity. Yeah, it can be tough to fish down here, man. We'll form back on this one. Now let me refresh this other rod too, and I'll come check that shaft. We don't seem to be missing any trains, at least right now. Like I said, once the sun gets a little lower on the horizon, I can switch the camera view over to our left. Get a much better view of this location. Much better view of the fight and everything, but this is pretty much all I can get right now. You guys are right against a big old rock face. Yeah, them rocks are a couple 100 pounds. Big old chunk of rocks behind you guys. Oh, sucks. Had to get me all slimy, didn't he? Yeah, those fish get easily released and unharmed because of that That little rubber net. I see him hitting that other rod too. Yeah, that was just basically dropping right off this rock face. Look at that grass carp. He's right up at the surface right over here. I make a flip right from him. That usually spooks him, but not always. Sometimes they'll follow it down. Who would think of catching buffalo that close to the bank, my friend? What did he do to it? Seemed like he did much to this one. Far out. I don't want to hook you guys or hook my shade. Far in. And I threw a kernel of corn off. Look at that skipjack right there. Snagger? That was a small one now. Hard pressed to get that one thing to hit, but anything but a fly. Now I know I'm gonna have to bring my fly rod up here next trip, because it looks like half of them are feeding on like insects right up at the surface, like little caddis larvae or mayflies, whatever you want to call them. Those little moth thingies. They're called a number of different names. How do I do this that I don't hook you guys, and I guess that's okay. Who would have liked it out there would be cool, but I think that'll work. You guys can see those rods okay? About as good of an angle as I can get, my friends. Ow! Rocks. Yeah, these rocks have zebra muscles on them too, so they're sharp as butski. Let's see, Gaza says, how you doing, Mike? Good time today. Hey, we just got one bite, one nice buffalo carp. Let's see, Robert says, what's up, bud? We are just getting started, my friend. Well, I still got gunk on my lens from dropping my lens in the dang water. My little Colonel Klink lens. Boy, I cannot. Hang on. Yeah, I got some gunk on my glasses from doing that. Yeah, there's some big grass carp right up at the surface right now, folks. I'm seeing them coming up and grabbing that foam as it's floating around. There's another one right there. Look at that. Right in front of us. Right by that stick. That's a 7-pounder right there. Funny, they're very sensitive to stuff hitting around them. So if something hits around them, they take off. Well, I can't zoom in on this stuff. Let's see, watching from SA. I appreciate that, my friend. Let's see, Gaza says, thinking anything. Journey says, nice. Journey says, hey. Let's see, Lisa, what's going on? Thank you for coming in, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And SJC with the cool fishy emojis. Let's see, Rahab, what's going on? Rahab. Thanks for coming in. Rahab says hi. If I'm mispronouncing you guys' names, I really apologize. My cell phone is, my backup cell phone is just, I'm gonna have to get a new one, and really don't have the money to be able to afford one of those right now. My backup cell phone is gonna cost $40. That's the minimum for the cheap cell phone and transferring the plan. So let's see. Miss Gigi says, don't forget to like and like the stream. I appreciate that, Miss Gigi. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see. Rahab says hi. Let's see. Journey says, yep, beautiful. Thank you, my friend. How are the camera angles right now, folks? Can you guys see the rods okay when it's up on the tripod, or should I try to get a better angle? Let's see. Spooky, what's going on? Thanks for coming in, my friend. Spooky says hi. I recognize your, even half line, I recognize your Spooky. I guess she's looking okay. Cricket's kind of getting her down like this, and then getting her in there, and then pointing her down just a little bit. Not the best camera angle from this spot, but kind of the best I can get right now. Camera downward. All right, I think that's pretty good. Man, it just helps so much for a couple minutes in that shade. I ain't got to set in it all day. I just got to set in it a little bit. Never did like that cast. I'm going to have to hand line this out to get it in the right spot. So I've got, with you guys right behind me and the shade spot right behind me, I've got nowhere to cast. So I'm just going to have to hand line this out and get her out where I want her. That's way too far out, but it's on the right angle. I'm very surprised I hooked that little buffalo carp. Those guys are usually very hard to hook. A lot of times when you're dealing with fish, the smaller fish are usually easier to hook. Buffalo carp are the exact opposite, because their mouths just keep getting smaller and smaller. Like that buffalo carp, I could barely get my pinky finger into his mouth to push against that hook. And I really had to squeeze my finger through there to get it too. Now's the time I wish I'd have brought my cane pole or fly rod. The way I could have, jigged a little crappie jig around these edges to see if I could get one of those dang skipjacks in. There's another one hit over there. Get a little bit more bait in the water. I did have a fish on, so watch yourself, stupid little buggers. Kind of scatter this as much as possible. That ain't but 4 or 5 kernels in each spot. Hope you guys can see me okay. I've got, oh, that's up. I just spooked the big grass carp down here. Or he kind of came up and smacked at something again. Come on, buddies, I know you're here. There's some more bubbles working their way back up again. Look at that. Just started working. Bubble, 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 bubble. little bit of haze, it looks like, might be giving us a little relief from the sun right now. Looks like I got pretty much this whole river to myself right now. It doesn't look like anyone is anywhere. No boats around. Oh, by the way, I hope you guys are enjoying your Monday. I appreciate you coming in. Forgot to mention that earlier in the feed. Hope your weekend went okay. Man, it's just a big grass carp smacking the surface down here. Oh, he was on there. You stinker. Little stinker, I've lifted that up. He was on there already. I wonder why that kept pulling back. I think this is exactly where the camera feed is. Well, I hope this works. Like I said, I hope this works. We're basically just using whole kernel corn right now. I didn't even have enough for the sweet corn. I just bought the kernel corn. The bite. Got him. That's fish, folks. That is not the bottom. And that is a big one. That is just setting right all pulled off. Dang it. Ooh, hoo, hoo. Man. Boy, that felt weird. It might have been another one of those ones I didn't have hooked quite in the mouth. Because I set the hook, and for the first half of the hook set, there was nothing, and then he was on there. Probably tighten down my drag too. They are definitely down here right now, folks. Plus, even if you do hook those buffalo carp exactly right, they got really, really soft mouths. The weight of the fish can oftentimes pull the hook right out of their mouth. About where I was, wasn't it? Pretty much. That was a big one too. Oh, wind has got me on that cast. That's pretty good there. Think right in that spot. Definitely didn't feel like a common carp or a grass carp. But those buffalo carp, they like to stay deep. They like to fight like flathead. If you ain't gonna get flathead on corn, that would be a newbie even for me to get a flathead on corn. I suppose it's possible. I mean, that this in the current out there spinning around could get one to hit. Alrighty. Drifting way too close to the bank. Current ripping here right now. I don't get that one. That's all that. Don't want to feed them too quickly out here. We got to kind of pace ourselves. If I keep throwing corn in, I'm going to keep getting the hit. Yeah, at the same time, they're gonna stop pretty quick. Now, if I wait a few minutes between feedings, they're gonna keep on hitting. I wish I'd have gotten the hook and set that one better. I don't know why it didn't hook all the way. I have that line pretty tight. Drags it pretty good. That line over right about in the middle. That one did get another bite. I wonder if he got any of the corn off, or it might have got stuck in a rock. These little stinkers get stuck in a rock, right? And they hit it so softly that they'll grab the bait and they'll take the bait off without hooking themselves. You got to set the hook on the fish, and if it's stuck in a rock, you won't even know they're hitting. Yep, dropped me in a rock. I knew it. I knew it. Yeah, that one don't feel like it's gonna even come off. But snag. Feels like the weight snag. Ah. Crap. Yeah. Sucker. See if I can get this off. I'll be right back. If I can jiggle it from the other side. Come on. There it comes. More not having to re-rig. Yikes. Man, these rocks can suck. Hang on, folks. Let me get this rod back out and I'll check that chat. Okay, my friends? Like to give it a little time between checking the chat, where you guys can chat amongst yourselves. That looks pretty good. Make sure that's covering that looks pretty good. All right. All right. Looking good, my friends. Let's go check that chat. Get a little liquid in us. A little Mountain Dew. It's going to take a little while before the shade pushes out here. See, she's starting to push out already. I can leave you guys over here now. Get her just a little bit of a better camera angle. I have to readjust it to get her over there just a little bit more. I see Rajo says hi. Let's see, 100 people in, 51 thumbs up. I appreciate that, my friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, Scoot, what's going on? Scoot says hi. Let's see, let's go fishing. Engineer, congratulations. Let's see. Pierce says, hi, Pablo. Yes, Pablo, what's going on? Thank you for coming in, my friend. Let's see, Sean says, hi again. Let's see, Miss Giggy says, Rufino, what's going on? Thanks for coming in, my friend. Oh, I missed a lot of chat in here, folks. Let's see, Rufino says, thank you. You're quite welcome. And trying to blow over my shade. I wish it would not blow quite as hard every once in a while. Is that a bite? Might have been one on that right rod again. Might have been one there. Well, if I was at home, I could see this perfectly. Let's see, Rampa says hi, SJC. Let's see, Jack, what's going on? Thanks for coming in, my friend. I just jumped ahead, didn't I? Sorry about that. Let's see, Rod says, yeah, Chuck, what's going on? Let's see, PA is in the house. What's going on, PA? Thank you for coming in, my friend. Let's see, Rafina with the thumbs up. Let's see, Miss Giggy says, PA. Outdoors Couple Channel. Let's see, PA says hi again. Let's see, what is that? It's Russian, what's going on? Thanks for coming in, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, Rafina with a shout out again. And Dougie Doug, what's going on? Thanks for coming in, Doug. I appreciate it, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, Dougie Doug says hi, Mike. All right, I think we are caught up with chat, my friends. And hopefully we can keep getting a better camera angle as the sun starts getting lower here. We can just kind of angle her a little bit further and further towards this direction. Hopefully we can keep her on the feed pretty good. Sorry about the angle's not 100%. As the day gets lower, I can set that camera angle closer and closer to the water. We are right against, look at this, just less than 4 inches before we're against yeah, you can't get any further back. That looks pretty good. Yeah, we're on an angle, of course. Oh, I heard that rod. I heard that one. I heard that one. Sure, I'm not all the way on the feed, I'm afraid. A little kernel scattered every once in a while will get these guys continuing to feed. You don't want to throw in like a big old handful. Just keep scattering them slowly around the edges. Just keep those guys coming in and hunting. Corn lubes, it's sent pretty fast in the water, about maybe 25, 30 minutes. It's sent pretty much gone. Our next spot will probably be set right there so that I know you guys are used to this beautiful shoreline-y look, but with the sun the way it is, I set her up as best I could. Well, I could probably sneak this down here. It'd be a little dangerous, but I think the way you guys can see both, that's not going to work either because it's too far down. Unless I can get a rock in here or something. Nope. Looks like we just hit it. Now, I usually don't hand line this out, but I've got nowhere to cast a back spin on it, so I'm having to just take this and hand line around right where I want to hit it. Both them rods should be better on the feed now, hopefully. Temperature's about 92, 93 degrees out here. There they are, the bubbles back. Little stinking bubbles coming up. Bubbles, pop. Saw that. Just a Boy, it's only a matter of time before we hook one of them big old grass carp down here. There's a lot of them down here right now. And there's a truck growing over the bridge. Angle is, I guess, okay. Should be able to see like straight like this. Come on, buddy, hit it. So we caught one buffalo carp so far, about 4 pounds, and we've had another big one hooked and it pulled off. Wish I could snag one of them skipjack out there to keep popping the surface. I'll give you one more handful right in front of me. Just to tick them off. More bubbles right there. Look at that. The moment that the stuff hit the bottom, they're coming up right there. I'm not sure if you guys can see them bubbles coming up. That's a fish down there picking through the rocks, kind of knocking this stuff off the bottom and making the bubbles down there. That thing done it once good. Let's see what he did. Looks like pretty much nothing. Tell you what, let me put a couple more kernels on this one. At least 1 or 2 fresh ones on the very tip. I'm sure hoping you guys can see these rods pretty good. Every couple minutes, the shade keeps pushing further and further back this way. The sun's setting like that. There's some trees behind us that'll kind of get her shaded up eventually. I can't take it out in this heat more than an hour or two continuously, but you know what? A little while in the sun, I can take that and keep running back into the shade. Heck, I can do that. Kind of a little tricky. I had to set her up in a couple sticks, entire sticks, and then wedge her in some rocks down there, and hope to God I didn't stick my hand where a big old snaky was. Because there's some monster snakes down here, by the way, which is always reminding me every time my finger is dangling over the edge of one of these rocks, I suddenly realize, whoa, what am I doing? They don't bother you down here. It's just when you got your appendages down here, they like to dip at them. Seriously, you'd just be sitting there and you'd have a snake come up going, you know, with that little tongue sticking out once. Right by the tip of your finger. Skipjack. That wasn't a very big one. Yeah, well, I'm going to need to bring my fly rod out here tomorrow. That was a skipjack about yay big. The only way I could have caught that sucker was a little woolly bugger or something on oh wait, I haven't fished fly rod fished for a while, so a locator. It's a little thing that floats right above the line. It's tiny. It's pretty much weightless, but it does have a hook on it. You got that locator right here, and you got the woolly bugger down here, and that kind of, if something hits the woolly bugger, it pulls that in. Now, if something hits the locator, yeah, that goes down. So they'll watch. It's a pretty cool little technique. I take the fly rod and I throw it right here, and I just let that drift down with that little, you know, that little locator. It's tiny. It's about the size of your regular dry fly anyway, but it's real bright. Oh, seriously? Dang. I got a little premature on that one. He was starting to pull on her, and I just, that was my mistake. I hadn't seen the rods move in a couple minutes, and I was starting to get worried. And that tip just started wobbling. There goes the wind trying to blow all my thing down again. One of these days where you've got no wind except for every once in a while when it blows, you know, 10 to 15 miles per hour. For no reason. It just, and it stops. And it's freaking weird. Yeah, that was me on that time. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. Timed out now. Dang it, seriously? Banged on that rod so hard it knocked the block right out. Crap. That's weird. I could try to set her up here too. I don't think there's enough room for both rods. not quite enough room for both rods here. Kind of bounced this one. Let me refresh this one. I did. I bounced it. When you do that out there, a lot of times you'll get stuck in the rock. This one don't always come out. And I'm on a higher angle out there. Looks like I got the hook snag. Should come out. As long as it's not someone's line. There's a different feel. When you feel your line like this little Carolina rig and you've got the weight snag, there'll be virtually no pull back. Now when you've got the hook snag, you can bounce it and you can actually feel that weight pull against the pull back at you. So you know you've just got the hook snag. The hook will usually pop out. The weight will usually pop out too if you don't wedge it between the rocks badly. Like if you miss a fish, set the hook, and you wind up getting snagged. That's when, yeah, you usually get stuck. Away. I think we're set back up, folks. Both rods look pretty good right now. All right, let's come check that chat, see what's going on. Oh. One of our sticks fell down there. 30-mile-per-hour wind. There's no wind, and suddenly there's 30-mile-per-hour wind. It's gonna be your daggone mind. Trying to keep both those rods in the feed. That's why they're angled kind of a weird like that. Now, what's going on? Check out the chat. And I did not reset her. Oh crap. Let's see, Pierre Coops. Let's see, Scooter. What's going on? Thanks for coming in, my friend. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. All right, that looks pretty good so I can see her. Let's see, Rafina, Doug. Let's see, Bish, what's going on? Thanks for coming in, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bush says MVP, hi. Yeah, I'm going to have to work my way backwards because, unfortunately, I did not set the thing right. Let's see, 91 people in. Let's see, 60 thumbs up. I appreciate that, my friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, fishing with Izzy. Izzy, what's going on? Thanks for coming in, my friend. Izzy with the thumbs up. Yeah, we've caught one fish already. One like 4-pound buffalo carp. Can't beat that, my friends. Yeah, wind's gonna try to blow my stuff down again. This is a work in progress, folks. See, we've got a little shade spot set up right here, trying to stay out of the sun. Let's see, Dougie Doug says, I wish I was getting this weather. We are getting battered by wind. Well, we're not getting the wind that bad, but we are getting a heck of a lot of heat, my friend. Let's see, Dougie says, winter is approaching. Yeah, right now it seems like summer don't want to quit. 90-something degrees out here right now. Let's see, Scooter says MBP. And it's Rafino with the heart and cool emojis. Let's see, Scooter says Bish. Let's see, Pierce says, now too cold. Boy, I wish it. I'm many days I can't fish down here, and it'd be 25 freaking degrees down here, and I can still fish. Let's see, SG says real. Yes, real. What's going on? Thanks for coming in, my friend. Let's see, Dorothy's in the house. What's going on, Dorothy? Thank you for coming in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And see, Danny's here. What's going on, Danny? Thank you for coming in, Danny. I appreciate it, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, Dorothy says, hey, Danny. MSD says, Danny. Let's see, Danny says, hi, Pierre. Let's see, who? Spooky, what's going on? Spooky says hi. Spooky says, where are you located? Let's see, we're down on the Mississippi River, down by the Arch in St. Louis, my friend. Yes, we're about a quarter of a mile upriver from the Arch. So this is an awesome little spot. We've got some big old grass carp and stuff moving down here. Might have to try some casts for them. They will hit artificials on occasion when they're being aggressive. And it seems like they're doing it right now. Yep, this is the Mississippi River down by St. Louis. That's the Illinois side. This is the Missouri side. That's the Danny with the, I'm not sure what type of emoji that is, but never mind. Let's see, 74 people in. Let's see, 60 thumbs up. I appreciate that, my friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Alright, looks like we're good again, folks. I can set the camera down, and we can keep manning these rods. This is the best angle I can get right now, my friends. It's right in midday. The shade is just starting to creep down here. Getting closer and closer. It's right about to the edge of the back of the camera now, folks. So soon I'll be able to set up the camera much, much better. Yeah, this is way off camera angle. We need to angle this over here more. That's about, let's see, about right. Hope that at least gets, some of the feed on. I don't mind putting my tripod right by the side of the water. It's hard to see the camera angles and everything. I'd have to keep dragging you guys back and forth. That's a much easier, much better location, and plus you're in the shade right now. I don't have to worry about the battery extenders and all that stuff overheating. Getting stuck in rocks down here right now. That feels like a hook stuck again. I'll be right back, folks. It goes right off the rock. That's a good thing about these bullet weights. They do come off quite a bit. What? Let me do a little crazy cast down here. Stupid grass carp in here right by the bank. Let me give it a quick cast right here, right by the bank. That's going to get snagged so bad, but we'll try. That one's okay. That one's perfectly fine that time. And it's pretty deep right here, so no worries about casting not very far. You get some big old fish to come in these right by this bank when you got a drop off that goes like this. Because this one spot I remember right where this wood spot here is, it's just a straight drop off about 7 or 8 feet before it flattens out again. We're just fishing right in this little pothole, this pothole right here. And this one I'm fishing over here to the left. Built for 2 reasons. There's only room for 1 rod in this particular hole. And number 2, there are still some big grass carp and stuff hidden over here. I've gotten a few of them to hit, I've just missed them. They're not really doubling that rod right now. They've got some muck and like foam keeps forming up over here to the left. So they're feeding on that sometimes too, so they're not really starving. So that they've got food, it's just the corn's there, I might as well dip on it too. And these buffalo carp, they got mouths underneath their bodies. They're a form of sucker, so they like to eat stuff that's right on that bottom, like moss, algae, caddis larvae. Sometimes they'll grab onto these zebra mussels and suck out the little juicy stuff in them. But they have to be right up by the surface for that little thing to stick out. Yeah, we're starting to get zebra mussels down here, folks. I haven't ever seen any zebra mussels down here before. And now, yep, we're starting to see them. There's not a ton of them, but that doesn't, they don't need that many zebra mussels, folks. I mean, there are a ton of places where they just started seeing a few of these stupid little things around. And before you knew it, everything was covered with them. The problem with these little suckers are when they die, they get razor sharp. And they can cut pretty much any kind of line super fast. So a lot of times when you see me set the hook and my line just snaps, it has nothing to do with my line. It has to do with me probably wrapped around one of these little stupid things. Like, yep, they're everywhere. See them? One benefit about them, though, is they like to clean up the water. So, you know, this is kind of a dirty river down here. So the water will start getting cleaner and cleaner. They do filter. They're filter feeders, so they suck out a lot of gunk from the bottom. But that might have been a fish. And I did it. I set the hook into something. That wasn't smart, Michael. What does that feel like? That feels like the weight snag. I might be able to get on the other side of this one. Watch my other rod, folks. If something pulls, let me know. Nope. This one ain't coming off. What I tell you about when you set the hook into something, you wind up getting snagged from the hook set, it won't come off. Well, that's what I did here. I do not think that's coming off, I'm afraid. So what's happened is that weight's probably stuck in a rock. And it won't come off. Like I'm probably gonna have to re-rig in this one. Did I get anything back? Nope. Alright, gotta re-rig her. We do have one rod still out. Let me make sure this one's in a good spot. I got her down there where those grass carp are. It being a little bit of a nuisance, so. You guys just tuning in. Thank you. I appreciate it, my friends. It's a beautiful day out here. Hope you guys are enjoying your Monday. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Mine's a little hectic, but that's my yeah, that's my weekend. I think it's more work to on the weekends than it is on the regular weekdays. All right, that's in a good spot so that I can have a chance to re-rig this rod with a good the bait in a good spot. Shouldn't take me a minute or two here. It's pretty quick. I just got to get a weight out of here, get a hook out of here, tie those on, and get a weight stop on. And I know something fell out of my bag. I'll get it here in a second. Good little weight. Make sure the knot opened up. I've used some of these for Texas rigs, so some of them the things are clamped shut. Free. Where are my hooks? Snickers, there they are. Hope they bite. They always hit it when I'm busy. Dang it, dude. Sheesh, man. Now I got both rods out. Crapola. Alright, there's a gear for the other rod. Let me make sure this one's back out. Got almost all that corn off. Yeah, that one was hitting it on the way down. You can just see it bounce, bounce, and then suddenly something started popping on it. Little kernels in this can. It really robbed me on this can. Yeah, I'm gonna complain. It's just 59 cents, but still. You got kernels the size of your dang tip of your finger, man. I want some big kernels. It's like crap. Back out. Okie dokie, yeah, I know that fall out of my bag. I remembered it eventually. Eventually, I remembered it. Now the shade's just starting to creep towards us, folks. That's another skipjack. Bright silver. Smack something out there. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Through the hole. Put through the hole. Tighten and pull. Alright, we need a weight stop for this. And that skipjack are getting out there like so dang hard. Where's that little artificial I had out here that I left out? Let me take a couple casts with it before I get this rig back up. So we're just gonna cast this basically like a swim bait or something. Pretty much just like that. Got an exposed hook on it. The bait holder hook too. Ding. That's all that. Bing, bing. Come on, buddy, hit it. Got him. Yep, that's a fish, folks. I wasn't sure at first. Man, that is big. I just realized it was hooked. Yikes. Ah. Oh, boy. I think we're a lot outmatched here, folks. Ah. Oh, boy. Yeah, that's about all the force I can put on this fish. That feels like a common carp or buffalo carp. Man, that is just massive. That is not snagged. I set the hook straight into that fish's mouth. Boy, that is fighting weird. Fighting deep. Get the rod out of the way real quick here. I have a distinctive feeling this fish is just starting to fight. Fish off the bottom. Don't want them hanging around the zebra mussels down there. Oh boy, that's a big one, folks. Ah. Yep, I ain't messing with this fish. That's this 10-pound test will take. I think we've got a massive buffalo carp. I think we do. The way this fish is, because if this was a common, man, she would have took off so it ain't far. She'd about spooled this 300-yard line. Yeah, that is just a big fish, folks. Ah. Never say MVP doesn't hook into some monsters, folks. Ah. Fish is just brutalizing me, these. Barely get this fish's head off the bottom. There she goes diving again. Boy, she just is not going to come off that bottom. Let me see. I just want to show you off to YouTube. You can go home. There she goes, trying to go down the bottom again. Come on, girl. Give it up. With some big bubbles coming from this dude. You must have been holding out deep. Come on, girl. Come on off the bottom. You can feel how she's spinning. big old boil. What do we got? What do we got, folks? So we do have her snagged, but that's a big old buffalo carp. Looks like we got her in the side of the head again. Oh, no, wait. Yeah, no, she's hooked in the mouth. She's hooked in the mouth. All right. I thought she was snagged for a second because I was seeing my weight stop way up by the head, but then I remembered I've got this weight stop quite a bit off the bottom. Where's my net? We don't get one shot at this fish, folks. Boy, that's just a big old buffalo carp. Come on, girl. Rocks. Crap. Get off the rocks. Yeah, we got her. Ah. Yeah, that's a big one, guys. Yeah, when they get 15 or 20 out there, they can dog me in that current. We had her in the mouth. It's just I forgot my weight stop. I put way up on this one. Man, I can't even lift this one. Oh, good googly, man. I'll say a 20 on this one. 15, 20 pounds. That hook was just barely in her lip, too. And I'm surprised that didn't come out. Let's get a weight on this fish, folks. I'm going to say between 15 and 20. Ah! Yep, something right there. Let me reset that. Yep. Let's see. 18.2 minus 2 for the net is 16.2. 16.2, my friend. Oh, that was just a brute. I'm glad I didn't get that on my open face reel. All right, let's get you in here, show you guys to everyone. Get you back in the water. Yeah, that's an 8. That's a 16 pounder, my friends. That's the gorgeous fish, folks. Man, just beautiful. Let's get her a little closer to the camera so you guys can really get a view of her. Just look how thick that fish is. That's a buffalo carp. Man, that's a lot of work getting these guys in. Look, gorgeous fish. All right, girl. One more view out here on the sun. Before we let her go. All right, see you, girl. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Holy moly. Thought I was going to say something bad, didn't you? Yeah, I just barely had her, like, the part of her lip that was holding on to, it was just like a little piece. I'm so amazed I actually landed that fish. And she started bending my hook. Yeah, these hooks don't bend very easily. You basically have to push down on them as hard as you can to get them to bend. Well, that's 2 nice buffalo carp we've caught already today, my friends. And the shade is just getting here. Check it out. All the time we would have lost had it not been for Justin Funderburg's idea to set up that little makeshift shade spot. I've done it before, but I forgot about doing it. And Justin reminded me about that. See, a lot of us Justin and I were kind of old school folks. We do everything makeshift, you know. Well, basically, we get it done with what we've got. And I've done this kind of thing before. I just forgotten about it. But I've kind of reminded Justin last late winter, early spring about the trick about using lug nuts and washers if you don't have enough for lead weights. That got him out a few more times during the winter time. Helped him keep pushing during the winter. And he reminded me the idea. Yeah, he probably knew it already. He just forgot, just like me. Just like me. Man, that was a big one, folks. That was just. I'm so surprised I landed that fish. That was like in mid-range, so that wasn't in deep water, it wasn't in shallow water, like right in between. Wasn't I doing something? Well, yeah, I was casting for those stupid skipjack that kept coming out. Well, tell you what, let me just re-rig this all the way for corn and stuff. I can always come back to that. That's one of those Steve Turners. They're not schooled up right now. They're just coming up to the surface a little bit. When they start getting schooled up, it'll be much, much easier to catch some suckers. Where did I put my, where did I put the things? Oh, there they are. Yeah, my little weight stops. Basically, they're just bobber stops, but I use this weight stop because I use very light weights down here in the river for these carp and stuff. Righty. And where did the big old 19? Where'd my cutters go? Dang it! Seriously. Yeah, this is kind of tricky to find stuff on these rocks. Just gotta kind of keep looking around. Plus, I've got bad eyes. It's hard enough to see anything. I can always cut them. I can always just go over here and cut it with my thing up here. And this will just take a second. Alrighty, one end. And the other. Alright. He's looking for that knife the next 20 minutes. Probably find it right in my foot or something. I like to put stuff down and I don't remember where it is until I have to leave. That's if I'm lucky. If I'm not lucky, I just can't remember until the next day. You guys think I'm kidding? I'm not. Yeah, we're not missing many trains today, folks. Doesn't look like we're going to be having a lot of train activity today. Gotta get some corn on this one. I can come check that chat. That's a big old barge coming up the river. Man, it's like the size of my block. Seriously, that barge is like 3/4 as long as the block I live on. Big old barge. I think we're good with this one. Really? Alright, let's go check that chat and see what's going on. Sorry about taking so long, but wow, them suckers are hard to land sometimes. I hope the camera angle's okay. We can get her closer to the water now. Did it again. I forgot to reset her so I know where she was. Let's see, hook set, what's going on? Thanks for coming in, my friend. I appreciate that, guys. All right, tell you what, we are going to kind of push her down just a little bit further. Because with the shade's getting pretty good down here right now, folks. You know, I know what's wrong. All right, sorry about that. We just had, and let's see, 65 thumbs up. I appreciate that, my friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, JR Buzz, what's going on? Thanks for coming in, my friend. Let's see, we are trying to read this chat. Let's see, Zachary, what's going on? Thanks for coming in. Let's see, hook set. Is that the Mississippi? Yes, this is the Mississippi River hook set. Let's see. Dorothy says, hello, Miss Giggy. I forgot to reset the chat before I went down there, so I see where we are now. Yep, Danny Wright, St. Louis, my friends. And let's see, Burks, what's going on? Thanks for coming in. Are you on the Mississippi here? St. Charles, let's see, this is the Mississippi River down by the Arch in St. Louis, my friend. See, we're about a quarter of a mile upriver from the Arch in St. Louis. That's the Illinois side across the way there, and this is the Missouri side. And Cindy, what's going on? Thank you for coming in, friendy Cindy. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Cindy. Thank you for coming in. Let's see, we've caught two fish so far today. One 4-pound buffalo carp, and we've caught another buffalo carp about, what was it, 16.2 pounds. Let's see, Cindy says, hey, Danny. And let's see, Cindy says, hi, Pierre, Giggy. Let's see, Dirty says, hi, Hookset. And see, Hookset says, hey, Danny. Big old ant. Get off. Stinkers. Yeah, it's been sunny up here so long, we had to set up a wind block, a sun block up here. But looks like the shade is finally making it down here, my friends. Let's see, Hookset, put a hook on your bobber. Oh, yeah, but then you're going to get the weight snagged in the rocks, and then you're going to lose the bobber and the hook, so. That corn floats off the bottom a little bit, so. And this current's not flowing that much. Let's see, Joey, what's going on? Thanks for coming in, my friend. Joey says, how's it going? Let's see, Dawson says, catch anything? Yes, we've caught 2 buffalo carp. 1 4, 1 16 pounds today so far. Let's see, Denny says, doing good. Lovely, just subbed to you. Awesome, Denny. I appreciate that. Checking out and subbing up, my friend. Let's see. Joey says, come on, Mike. Nice fish. Let's see. Patrick, what's going on? Thank you for coming in, my friend. Let's see, Dustin says, how is it? Let's see, oh, there's a cool butterfly. That was a monarch. That's pretty cool. Let's see, Ordo, what's going on? Thank you for coming in, my friend. Let me make sure to add you as a moderator. Thank you for coming in, Steven. Yeah, these are the rocks I was telling you about down here. Now this spot is incredible, Steven. but man, is it hard to fish. Now, you got a little spot down there. That wasn't out the other day. That water's dropped that much. There's a little spot down there that... Remember what I said, that iron kind of messes with the signal. I'm sorry about that. I was just resetting her there for a minute. Let's see. Anything, guys? Yep, 2 buffalo carp. 1 4 and 1 16 pounds. Order says, have a great day. All right, Steven. Thank you for coming in, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see. 55 people in. Let's see. 79 thumbs up. I appreciate that, my friends. All right, let's see if we can get this camera set up so that we can get a good view of the action. Just give me a minute to set this up. I'm just going to set you guys in the tripod, like so. You guys know I do like this lower water view, but we haven't been able to do it because of the sun today. It was too hot. So we're just switching her up, getting an awesome view of this evening shoreline. Just takes a minute to get this set. Sorry about getting bounced around, my friends. And that looks actually pretty dang good. A little bit of adjustment here to make sure she's stable, but I think that's pretty much where we're going to have her set. And that last one is just always a stinker to come out. Yeah, I think that'll do for the evening run, folks. So I can come back over here and check the chat whenever we need to. And keep up with things. Make sure I set that. Looking good for our evening run. What do you think, guys? That shade, once it gets to about there, it just plummets down here really quick. More bait in this water. These guys beating up. Get every carp in the river down here. No snag, always a good thing. Looks like you got a kernel of corn off. Kernel 2 of corn off. Yeah, that hook's a little exposed. With how light I'm casting this underhanded, none of these kernels should be coming off. It is quite literally about 8 or 10 feet deep at your rod tip here. So that, with that kind of depth to catch carp, buffalo carp, even channel and blue cat, you don't really have to throw out that far. Now, yeah, they're out there deep too, but guess what? They're in here shallow, too. So that's just a little flip right by the bank. That one didn't get a bite that time. Wait to see these grass carp up, like 7 or 8 of them, because usually right around evening time they'll start surfacing and there'll be 7 or 8 of them down here. Really, really shallow water. I mean, just, you know, with them up to the top, just eating this foam and stuff up by the surface. Hope you guys are enjoying your Monday, my friends. Appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hope you guys' this weekend went well. Sure don't feel like 95 down here in the shade. 94, 95 degrees. Just check the temperature. It's like 94 degrees right now. So 94, 95 degrees. But up there it's probably really hot, but down here around the 70, 72 degree water, it keeps it a little bit cooler. That's why so many summer days people are, roasting in the city, burning up their ACs. I'm just sitting down here on the river staying cool usually. Now the problem is, you used to be able to, I had to walk down here and back. With my scooter, I can make it down here and back with not that much difficulty anymore. That's thanks to donations from you guys, my friends. Also, the rod, the net we're using, the cell phone we're using right now. Now, the reason why I'm not using my backup cell phone is unfortunately my I assume my minutes ran out on that. My plan ran out. That's a $40 plan, so it's either that or the cell phone just went bad. So I'm just gonna go up there, and once I get enough money for it, I'm gonna try to see if I can get our backup cell phone working so we can man that chat a little bit easier. Walking back, it's kind of a hassle me having to take the cell phone on the tripod all the time, bouncing it around. Luckily, I haven't had one try to pull the rod in while we can chat. Both bites were when I had just finished reading that chat, and I come down here and I'd look, and suddenly, ping, ping, ping. Yep, fishy. Kind of hard to believe this is September being this hot. Pop, pop. Come on, buddy. I haven't seen any common carp today yet, but never know. By the way, I enjoyed going, if you're still on feed, Steven, or outdoors, I enjoyed going out fishing with you the other day. Hope you had fun, my friend. That's two nice fish we've already caught today. Look, that bouncing up on. I don't trust down here on these rocks. Sometimes it's a big black widow or a hornet or something. I always have to look before I swat at it. That wind's going to get on you guys over there, isn't it? Well, it's kind of gusting, so hopefully it won't bother you guys too much. Now we're pretty close to the camera feed. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. Nice one, just in the surface right there. That looks pretty good right now. Let that settle. Give that a couple minutes. We just did land a pretty good fish, so now these guys are down here. Once you hook a fish, spot. It's going to take them a minute or two to calm down. Hot, but so nevertheless. I'm still glad I don't have to walk down these rocks anymore. I mean, walk down to the river and down to these rocks. God, my soda. Go get your own Mountain Dew. Let's see. Denny says hi, Orta. Let's see. Miss Giggy says sounds off. Oh, sounds okay. Thank you, Miss Giggy. And Miss Lee, what's going on? Thank you for coming in, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Make sure to get you a wrench, my friend. I'm trying to add a few more wrenches right now. Just do it slowly. That way we don't get overgone so quickly. See, Danny says Miss Lee. And Miss Lee says Danny, bro. And Miss Giggy. Let's see, 41 people in at 100. Nope, 83 thumbs up. I appreciate that, my friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I thought we had broken the 100 barrier, but we're getting close. We are definitely getting close, my friends. Let's see, Miss Lee says, seen the, those choo-choo trains. Nope, it's been a little slow so far today, Miss Lee. We actually haven't had one train go by yet. We had a couple of cars and trucks going over there, the support stuff. You never know, there could be something up with it right now. Let's see, jack it off, jack it off. Oh, you're welcome, Miss Lee. Yeah, I cleaned all of those because YouTube was having trouble. Plus, I was having difficulty with somebody or another. I knew who it was, so I kind of had an idea. But now we know, and we've got all that stuff cleared out. I can start adding everyone's wrenches again slowly. You're welcome, Miss Lee. Yeah, thanks to Justin, I was able to get out here. I wasn't even sure I was going to get out in this heat. But he reminded me that you can just kind of take a blanket with you and set up kind of a wind block. Let's see, I don't mind either way. Enjoy coming. I enjoy having you here, Miss Lee. I appreciate everyone coming down and visiting me down here. I like to put on a kind of a show for everybody. Get to enjoy the outdoors with everyone out here. The battles with some of these monstrous fish down here. Thanks, Miss Lee. I appreciate it. Cool little heart emoji. Come on, buddies. They were hitting pretty good here. I saw that. That fight was on the right rod there. That far rod got popped pretty good. It made it go slack. See that? That line is totally slack now. Dropped it. Got a kernel of corn off. At least 2 kernels, because this stuff, if you guys see this, I'm not going to throw any corn off when I'm just flipping it underhanded right by the bank. That's not going to happen. So if it's off there, something pulled it off. That one looks pretty good. Except for a little muck on the line. Get that off there. Alright, those rods look pretty good. That's off. And give me a split second to get over here. That's pretty good. Because when this pulls, this will go that way and this will hit against this. The same thing with this. When that pulls, that'll go that way and this will pull against that. Oh, dude. My battery extender fell out. Yeah, I moved it, fell out. Oh, stupid rocks. Just collapsed underneath my feet. Whole dang rock piece collapsed underneath me. Oh, rocks. Sheesh, man. And everything's set up and the whole dang rock piece collapsed underneath me. You don't think it's dangerous down here? Man. Why is it not showing it to charge? It's not charging. Let's try that again. Weird. What was that? I know it's behind me. It's a dang grass carp. It's not showing charging. Interesting. Knock the soda over. Bury my feet lighter. Whole rock face collapsed underneath me. Wunderbar. That's plugged in perfectly, but it won't charge. Oh, there it is. Got it that time. Better leave it just the way it is. Yeah, I'm fine. I just, the rock face behind me. All these rocks are kind of slippery, so they just collapsed underneath me. I slid, but no harm except for the fishing gear. Sorry about that, folks. Let's see, boy, it can be hard to see this chat sometimes. I just gotta take her off the thing for a minute. Let's see. Russian says, yeah, I'm fine. Russian says hi. Yeah, sorry about that, folks. It happens to us down here. definitely happens. Let's see, Danny says, yep, English please if you can. If you can't, emojis are fine. Yep, everyone knows the what an emoji means, because it's actually a picture that shows you what to do, and it's not. That's what I do when I'm on chats from different languages. I just use an emoji. See, 36 people in. I appreciate that, my friends. And let's see, 84 thumbs up. Awesome, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Some big carp over here right now. I'm just right behind me. I got one thing I cannot get this out of the dang weed. I'm always fiddling with the camera, folks. You get used to it. Teresa, what's going on? Thank you for coming in, Teresa. Teresa sent me an MVP. And Teresa says, Danny, hi, Teresa. How's your Monday going, my friend? Let's see, Miss Kiki says, Teresa. Let's see, Danny says, hi, Teresa. Let's see, Danny with the trophies. I appreciate that. Teresa says, doing good. I'm glad to hear that, my friend. See, we're down on this rough terrain again. Got one big 16-pound buffalo carp so far, and another buffalo carp about 4 pounds. And if you guys have remembered, they haven't been slowing down around evening. Teresa says, Miss Lee. That sounds like a blue cat. That was way out in that heavy current, too. Got a rock. I felt it, that's why I was reeling it in slowly. I kind of felt it was dragging along it. Sorry about the wind, folks. Just started picking up down here. The only one I'm getting snagged on. This is right by the daggone bank. Feels like the hook snagged again. Actually, kind of feels like the hook and the leader snagged. Kind of jiggle that until it comes out. Next time I come out, I'm going to have to bring my fly rod with me because there's some skipjack and stuff that are hitting the surface. And I really don't have any like inline spinners that I can use to catch them with buggers. And right now they're not spooled up, so you need something that's going to Be very, very subtle. You might get one skipjack on like crappie jig, or one skipjack on bait, like a worm or something. But if you put like a fly out here, because there's like 7 or 8 of them down here at least that are just hanging around this edge. Knock some of the corn off. Flip. Knock that corn off. I saw it. That's all right. That means that stuff needed to be replaced anyways. This is really crappy corn today. They jipped me on this corn. This is like, most of this stuff is like crushed up. It's almost like cream corn, but it's not cream corn. It says kernel corn. We're making do, folks. We're definitely making do with what we've got. Come on, I know there's got to be one big common carp down here. I haven't caught a common carp yet today. In fact, I haven't caught a grass carp in a couple days. See them down there? I don't see any. I haven't thrown any all the way down there yet. Look at that dang log. Look at that big sucker drifting right in here. Go away, don't hit my line. Alright, that looks pretty good. I cast them both in a little shallower. I think the sun is just starting to get off the edge here. I think it's going to be drawing these fish in shallower. Buggers, I know you're out here. Mine went slack over here again. Alright. Stay tight. Okay. This one's cast like right over here. Look at that. I can see a grass carp sitting right there. The only way I can probably get that fish is if I cast in front of him with no weight. Cast a string of corn down there right in front of his foot. I could probably do that actually. Let me see if I can do this. If he'll stay up to the surface long enough, I should be able to pop this off, get this off real quick. Right there. hook back on real quick and use the weight of the corn to flip this right in front of his foot. But that got to be a 20-pound grass carp. I haven't resorted to weightless down here yet. Oh, no. Got him. Got him. Got him, got him, got him. Running up current with it. Right in the middle of, I was going to do something else. Fish on, folks. Fish on. I think part of me would bring my depth too, but didn't do it. Feel like a buffalo carp again? Or do we have a comment? Come on, buddy. So much different than 15, 20 pounder we just had. Good googly, what's a drum hitting corn? Man, this is a big drum, folks. Sheesh. Look at the size of this drum. Man, I'm going to get a weight on this fish. This weighs probably 10, 15 pounds. What the heck is this thing doing hitting corn? Oh, boy. Man, it's a gigantic drum. This is just a gigantic drum. Ow, 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 ow. Sorry. I don't want to lift them up too far like that. Alright, look is out of this fish, folks. Look at this drum. That's a 15 pound drum. Sheesh. That's a mammoth drum, folks. Check this guy out. That is a big drum. You know what? I can get a weight on this fish pretty easy. These guys are tough. I could just pop a little hole in this guy's mouth, right where I had the hook. And we'll get a weight on this fish. I'm going to guess about 10 pounds on this drum. Oh, yeah, she's setting. Come on. There we go. Let's see, 8.73 pounds. That's an 8.73 pound drum. That's just a big drum, folks. Check that guy out. That's on corn. Can you believe it? I can hardly lift this guy. Let's get one view close up in here and we'll get her back in the water. Look at this. Look at the fish's head. All right, buddy. See ya. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. That was on corn. What the heck? Alright, let me get this rod back out and get this hook tied on before I start casting some of these grass carp, and I'll come check the chat, folks. So that's a 8-pound drum, a 6-pound buffalo carp, and let's see, a 16-pound buffalo carp. Not a bad day, my friends. That was just a monster of a drum. If that would have had any meat on it, it'd be going 20, 30 pounds. Remember them little 2 and 3 pounders I caught? Yeah, that's the granddaddy. Not the great granddaddy, but the granddaddy. Where did I have that cast? I kind of like right in front of me. That was weird. Was a common carp? I thought I had like a small common carp or something. Turned out to be a 8-pound drum. All right. Yeah, I don't lie about my weight, folks. I got that scale. I said about 8 or 10 pounds even without the scale. That sucker's still down there. I gotta do this, guys. He is setting down. He's antagonizing me. This grass carp just sitting down there, up right by the surface. Where's my hook? Come on, let's go. Dang it. I got right in the middle of tying that hook on that fish hit. Make sure that hook's tied okay. That does not look very good. I don't know. That feels okay. I don't know. Let me retie that because I don't like that. That knot didn't go together. He's still sitting right there. He's up there sucking up that foam right behind us. Right behind you guys, like 6 feet behind you and 2 feet to your left. Not my left, your left. Because you're on my left. My left, your right. My side, your side, my side, your side. Oh, wait. Think throwing me corn. The heck? I find them drone no matter where I go. Hang on, plum. Alright, that way at least we've got this rigged up. With the stinker if he comes back to the surface. Where is he? Oh, I see him. I see him. Not far enough down. Gotta get far enough down to him. I still see him there. Right there. If I can inch my way a little bit closer to get a cast. Should be almost on his head. I'd love to set this up like right back current. No weight. Set that up right in that back current. All right. Watch me come over here and he'll come right back. Alright, let's check that chat. See what's going on, my friends. Let's see. Teresa says, Miss Lee. Ah. Set on a rock. That one hurt. Salt water. No, this is fresh water, my friend. That was a freshwater drum. Let's see. Taki, what's going on? Thank you for coming in, my friend. Let's see. Taki's sister. And Tommy, what's going on? Thanks for coming in, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, Dorothy says hi again, my friends. Let me pop this right out of the... Let's see, Andy, what's going on? Thank you for coming in, my friend. Thank you, thank you. Let's see, Miss Giggy says beautiful. I appreciate that, my friend. That was a nice drum. Let's see, Janice, what's going on? Thanks for coming in, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, Cruz, what's going on? Thanks for coming in, my friend. Let's see, Mona, what's going on? Thanks for coming in, my friend. And Danny, what's going on? Thanks for coming in, my friend. Danny Blazer. Danny Blazer just says, hey, Mike, do you catch anything? Just got here. Yes, we've caught 3. We've caught one 16-pound buffalo carp. We've caught one 6-pound buffalo carp, and we've also caught one 8-pound drum, a massive drum. Let's see. Danny says Danny, and Danny says Danny. Danny, 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 Danny. Yeah, we've got just one gigantic grass carp. He's sitting over here. He's just in the shallows over here. He comes up to the surface every once in a while and grabs some muck and goes right down. So I've got one set up here close. I've got that weightless and just sitting there in the shallows, waiting for him to come in there. If he picks it up, if he doesn't, every time he comes to the surface, I go over there to the rod and pick a couple casts right in front of his nose. Let's see, Denny with the yellow L. Let's see, 34 people in. Let's see, a 93 thumbs up. I appreciate that, my friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yep, Danny's mad. Not Danny, Danny. Not, never mind. Good boy. Oh, boy. Look at him, right in front of us. Right to our left. Man, they are right up by the surface. Let's see, and Andy, what's going on? Thanks for coming in, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, Dennis says hi, Andy. And it's just, I gotta get another cast, but I gotta be very quiet about this. These rocks, they're a telltale. Every time I move on these things, it's like they can hear me from a mile away. There's one right there. Come on, buddy. Where are you? There's one. I'm hoping they grab his corn on the way down. There's one right there. That's only a couple pound one right in front of him. put that one right on his nose. I do have some bread, but that stuff doesn't work very good most of the time. If you get them in some super shallow water, sometimes it'll work. Most of the time it doesn't. Yeah, there's this big old grass carp down here. Look at that stinker. Right up in there. That's a big one there too. About right in front. I just need one pull to determine whether or not he's got the corn in his mouth. Quite get to that sucker. Not standing up. Now he moved down further. I don't think these guys can hear you. Any one of you guys will work. There's like 3 of them down here right now. Oh, you get it. Another one right there. Believe these guys admit to it. I'm going to putting a bobber on something like that. That way I can keep it shallower. Sorry, folks, I'm kind of trying to get these guys to hit right now. There's like 6 of them down here in the school right by this wall behind you. It ain't easy to land when you use a bobber, but we're going to try it. Basically, I'm just going to use it to hold that corn shallower than normal. The bread ball might work, but a lot of times that stuff doesn't work at all. What is wrong with that corn? Look at that. It gets torn to pieces trying to get it over the eye. A little impatient when I'm trying to do this sort of thing, trying to figure out stuff on the go. Oh boy. Yeah, they gypped me on corn today too. This stuff is just not exactly right, I'm afraid. And now there's one way out there deep. That's it. And strangely enough, this might actually work if I leave it set like this. They're right up at the surface. The corn is right up at the surface down there. How the heck did this happen? We're stuck in here. No room. We're off feed, aren't we? Oh boy. I forgot I moved the camera towards this part of the feed. These guys are feeding right up at the surface, so they're really tough to catch. I hope he just worked this corn right by one really gently, and he's gonna go after it. These suckers, you see them coming right up at the surface. All that corn just fell apart. So I was telling you about this corn that I got today. It's just not as good as what I usually get. Most of the corn I get is like half of its big kernels. It's like tiny freaking kernels. I got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them on this hook, and I still haven't covered that hook all the way. Come on, guys, where are you? Oh, right in front of him. Hope he got it. Oh, he went after the bobber. He did. He went after the bobber instead of the freaking corn. That tells me something. I need to put this stuff right down by the bobber. I have to be quick on the hook set. I think I can still get these guys. Because that one went after the bobber. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it, my friends. Someone yelling out there. Rock right underneath my foot. Get this back out of your folks on the bottom. I'm just going to put a weight list again. Come check that chat. Assuming I can get enough kernels on the hook to... This stuff is just... This isn't old corn. I just bought this corn today. This stuff is just falling apart on me. very, very gently putting this stuff on. Sometimes you'll get a can of corn that's it's a little too degraded. Should never have been put on the market. That's about it. Gonna get her. Right out in that side current, weightless out there. Neck hasn't get a corn when the grass needs to come up and grab it. I don't know what. Bad corn, when you buy it, it's almost like cream corn. And it's not cream corn. Or kernel corn. Half of that stuff is unusable. Well, I missed some people in chat, folks. Izzy, thanks for coming back in, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, Dennis and Andy. Let's see. Yep, same California. Jeez Louise. Man, them guys are just being a pain. All right, let's see. Izzy with the prayers. All right, appreciate that, my friend. Let's see. Denny says, our children sub you. All right, I appreciate that, Danny. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see. 17 people in, and we've broken the 100 barrier, folks. We have broken the 100 barrier. 2 hours and 15 minutes in, my friends. That is freaking awesome, folks. I appreciate that, my friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And here comes a dredger barge. Yeah, that's the reason why the water is so murky down here recently, too, folks. The water's been getting so low down here, so they have to start dredging her out down here. I'm sure if I had some worms down here, I could get them to hit, but they're being a nuisance when it comes to corn. Let's see, bro, Lima, what's going on? Thanks for coming in, my friend. And for Bring Lima with a copy. Let's see, Danny says, all right, I got you, my friend. Let's see, and Trick Shot is in the house. What's going on, Trick Shot? Thank you for coming in. Trick Shot says, hey, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So far, our totals, Trick Shot today have been 2 buffalo carp, 1 16 pounds, 1 6 pounds, and a 8-pound drum. Not bad, my friends. Let's see, Trick Shot says, hey, Danny, and Jared is in the house. What's going on, Jared? Yep, Trick Shot, Jared. I keep forgetting that, Jared. As soon as I started saying it, I'm going like, oh, yeah, I remember. Jared, Trick Shot, Jared. Jared, Trick Shot, Jared. Oops. One good thing about the barge is maybe it'll push those grass carp down a little bit. Bad aspect is it's going to knock my baits off the bottom, which is going to give me snags. I got to get this off here to see that. How's it going? Let's see. We've got 3 so far today, Colby. One buffalo carp, well, 2 buffalo carp, one 6 pounds, one 16 pounds, and we've caught an 8-pound drum. Trick Shot's laughing his butt off. Yeah, I know. I laugh my butt off too when I do it. And these rocks can be a little treacherous, folks. There's like 7 grass carp I can see right up at the surface right here. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just right up at the surface. Throw corn right in their faces and they go after my bobber. They don't go after the corn. Good. Don't go far out. We're trying a little deeper right now. That's hit that corn right on the bottom, no weight. That's just setting out there, right perfect range then. I'm reeling this in slowly, hoping we can grab it on the way in. Probably what I should be doing is just casting this out here and just reeling it in slowly. It might be the time for me to put back on my jig head down here. It was working the other day very good around these. Oh, dang it, really? Crap. Pull that one and miss him. Boy, mine just wrapped up around everything. What happens when you're trying to do 2 hands and you're only good with one of them? Get off of there. That's a pretty good bite too. Pull, and I missed him. Flat out missed him. I was like 1 second behind him. You could see him when I was starting to set the hook. I could feel him let go. They are still hitting right now, folks. That's definitely a miss there. If I can get that back in the same spot, I should be able to get that same fish to hit. I got no hook into him. I am getting near him, by the way. I just felt him let it go when I tried to set the hook. Was that me? That could have been me. I didn't think I bumped it with my elbow. need to put my jig head on and get the corn. That jig head was working better in the evening time the other day. Where did I have this? 3 off right there. I think it's time. Where's my jig head? Might have to get a new one out of my box. There it is. I see it. Yeah, the other day I was just casting this straight on the bottom with corn hooked up to that. As many as I could put on that jig head, and they were hitting it. I don't know why they want their corn to look natural, but what they wanted the other day. These guys are right up at the surface and they're very aggressive, so I'm taking every opportunity to try and hook them, including reeling my line in really slowly, hoping they'll grab it, reeling it in. Jig head on here. One of my last deep burner jig heads, by the way, too. I've been wanting to order some, but I ain't got no daggone money to order them. Off my arm, whatever you are. Lighter. Again with that lens pulling right off my face and bouncing into the block suck. Fish are down here. They know it's tough to fish. That's all they know. They know they're far more protected down here. Like, you gonna try to catch us? You're gonna work your butt off to do it. That's for sure. We're starting to get a little wind at the end of the day now, apparently. I see him hitting it too. Alrighty. That was up there. Trying to get both these rods back out here so I can check that cat again, my friend. And it takes like 9 or 10 kernels of this stuff to cover the hook, as opposed to like 4 or 5 of the other stuff. Finally got that hook covered. Here comes some canoers. really. Keep together, Michael. Keep together. Problem with fishing the rocks. A lot more frustration down here than on the sand. Sounds fine out there too. We left it. And there goes a couple canoers down the river. Alright, I think we're set, folks. Now I think we're set. We got to get my down here without breaking my neck around the rocks again. Chat. Let's see, Trick Shot says, hey, Danny. And Storm Chaser, what's going on? Thank you for coming in, my friend. And see, Caden, what's going on? Thanks for coming in. Big far rod. That popped that pretty good on that far rod. That popped off, folks. Let's see. Trick Shot says, bye, guys. Gotta go. I will be back soon. I appreciate you coming in, Trick Shot. Thank you, thank you, thank you. See, we have yeah, and she flickered off on us. Now I have no idea of how long we've been in. So we started this feed at 12 o'clock, pretty much. 1, 2, 3 o'clock. Sheesh. That's a big one, just hit the surface right there. Let's see. Have I caught anything? Yes, we've caught two nice buffalo carp, one 6, one 12 pounds, and an 8-pound drum so far today. I have to pop you guys off again because I need to see this better. Let's see, Todd, what's going on? Thanks for coming in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Kane says, hey, Danny. And see, Caden says, I'm kind of boxed. All right, I got you, my friend. Let's see. Todd says, oh, nice. Let's see. Thank you, my friend. Let's see. It says, well, it's, I've, there's a bite on that. Still hitting it, that far rod. Still hitting it. Looks like you dropped it again. What do you do to it? Knock most of the corn off. Yeah, so we are down here on the Mississippi River, down by the Arch in St. Louis, my friend. Yes, sir, we are about a quarter of a mile upriver from the Arch in St. Louis. One problem with fishing the shoreline is these rocks are pretty hazardous. Another thing is landing the fish once you hook them. That can be a pretty good trick sometimes. Alright, back. Good chat. Breaking our net. Oh, I left that stuff up here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, our backup phone is on the fritz, folks, so I'm having to man the chat the old-fashioned way by squinting really good and looking and still can't see what it says. Let's see, what are you fishing for? Let's see, with corn, our species are kind of limited. We've got all 3 species of carp down here that are relatively good to go after. Buffalo, common, and grass carp. We also have the potential for blue cat and channel catfish. Now, I did catch a big old drum today, 8 pounds on the corn, but go fig. That I almost never get drum on corn, but it happens very, very rarely. It's a beautiful evening down here right now, folks. It's just a little bit of a breeze to keep it comfortable. The close rod there's got a jig head on it with corn, and the far rod's got a Carolina rig. Now, oddly enough, that jig head with the corn on it will get some pretty good bites sometimes. Got a little 1/8 ounce weight on because we're fishing pretty close to the bank down here. The majority of these carp are within about 4 or 5 feet of the shoreline. It goes to about 7 or 8 feet deep right off this edge here, so don't really need a whole lot of weight to hold. And I know those sandbars look good down there, and we were catching some fish down there earlier this year, but it's had a lot of people fishing it recently, so the fish have kind of moved a little bit further down here. That this tough of a shoreline, people usually don't fish it. I fish it because what the heck, I'm gonna fall in. Oh well, I might as well get out, which happens a lot on feed, but biscuit for the biscuit, right? Let's see, 10 people in. Let's see, 104 thumbs up. I appreciate that, my friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, sir, we have broken the 100 barrier, folks. I don't get a lot of thumbs up. I don't know why. I don't know. Make sure our chat's still moving here. Yep. If you guys got any questions about the equipment, the gear, our locations, just let me know. I'm more than happy to share with you of all the stuff MBP does to catch carp down here on the river. Zebra mussels every down here. We're starting to get zebra mussel infestation. Let's see, who is that? Hector, what's going on? Hector says, Mike, always wanted, let's see, always rocking. How are you, my friend? Let's see, Hector, we've caught 3 fish so far today. 2 buffalo carp, 6 and 16 pounds, and a 8-pound drum, my friend. We're still getting bites too. It's just These evening runs, sometimes it can be really, really smack bam on, or sometimes they're just, you just got to coerce them into hitting. Let's see. Hector says, getting a grease them all time. I appreciate that, my friend. Thank you, Hector. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hector says, rock on, my friend. All right, let's check these rods out. I could probably let them set, but kind of the YouTube algorithm doesn't like you just the same old stuff going on in the background. You got to keep something moving. That was one real good bite out there deep. That was it. We had another big one hooked earlier out there deep, pulled off. Yeah, she was just starting to pull and popped right off. It happens with buffalo carp and common carp. You can get them right in the very tip of the whip and they'll just, look at them suckers. Them stupid grass carp right in front of me, man. Coming right up at the surface. I pulled that into a rock. You go down. Not like they ever hit it when I put it right in front of their heads. They just like doing it. Kick them off one of these days. One of them going to hit it. I get the grass carp, but this guy got a fish on the bottom of the dang thing. Look at that. There's 3 of them over there right by that edge. Right in front of them. Might have just float a chunk of bread down there in front of her face. And that's why I figure what happened when I get down there right by that iron rock face. I get snagged up. And this one I'm going to have to walk right down on top of him to get it off. Hang on, folks. I'll be right back. I'm coming right back, folks. You put a little bit more corn on this one. You get stuck in the rocks, your corn will off and fall off the hook. What is that? Heard that a couple of times over there, and I can't find out where it is. Right in front of that fish's head. I didn't mean to do that, but I got it right in front of his head nevertheless. Sometimes I do have to set on these rods so a nuisance, but you got your bites where they only have 3 or 4 seconds of biting before they let go. A lot of times you don't even see the bite from over there. I mean, over here you'll see them barely. Got a lot of corn on the ground here if I can get it off. Knocked my can of corn over once today. Ow. Stupid fly. We haven't caught a common today. I see a lot of grass carp around. I've caught a few buffalo carp out here. I caught a drum. No common carp today. They're usually the ones you get most of the time. Who's that? Plastic. There's some weird stuff floating down the river too sometimes. By the way, folks, we're getting near the 6K mark. I totally forgot about that today. After today's speed, we're probably going to be 5.9. We're getting close to that 6K barrier, and for our 6K barrier, I will be doing something special, hopefully. If everything goes right, I should be able to do something very, very special for you guys. Kind of sucks I can't tell how long we've been in now because that clock reset it one time or another during this feed. So I can't really tell anymore. It's on a countdown clock rather than an actual going up clock. So what happens when you do that sometimes, it'll reverse the clock on you. That's another YouTube glitch where your clock will be going ahead 1 hour, 2 hours, then it'll start going backwards. Big one. Gee, that's one like catfish. For sure, that's like a big cat. That's like a 15, 20 pound blue cat smacking the surface right there. Dark gray, black, back to it, wide and long. I didn't see any silver to it. I only got snagged out there, didn't I? bite on. Dang it! Really? I'm trying to get this one off. Something hits that other rod while I'm trying to do that. Did you see that, guys? I was trying to get this off and something hit that other rod. And that feels like something's lying. I don't know if I'm gonna get that. That's what these that's what those skipjack were chasing earlier. These little maws on top of the surface of the water. Crap. Re-rig that one, but first let's see what's going on with this one. It got picked up and dropped right to a rock. I love it when they do that. That wasn't on a rock until it got hit once and then dropped right to a dang rock. Walk past it, pull it out. Now the rock down. Late in the day, folks. That was like right out there. I gotta re-rig this one again. You guys just tuning in. Thank you. Appreciate it, my friends. That barge is on the wrong side. Wait. Well, I do not trust insects climbing on my legs down here. Pretty sure that's just a moth, but you never know down here. Hole. Tight and hole. And I got that one a little too tight. One a little bit too big. Now these are our weight stops. I'm just using some old fly line. I'm just using them like bobber stops. Except they hold my weight. That slides up and down pretty easily, so no worries about that. You just gotta cut these tag ends off. I'm always getting where I put my stuff. lighter. I gotta trim this stuff. That just melted right to the dang hook, didn't it? Need my knife. I can't find it. It's down there, I think, on back there where we were set up before. All right, that's his rig back up. All right, you guys just tuning in. Thank you. I appreciate it, my friends. You're down here on the Mississippi River, down by the Arch in St. Louis. Fishing with corn. We're catching, today we're catching some buffalo carp and, well, one pretty big drum. So we caught 2 nice buffalo carp and a drum so far today. I know, drum hitting corn. Go big, right? That was a massive drum too, folks. Yeah, they gypped us on corn today. This stuff is like falling apart on it. Got a bad can of corn. Usually we don't even run out of corn till late, and I'm just about out. The majority of this stuff was just falling apart. It's not corn you would want to eat, yet at the same time it looks like they wanted to eat. Like, oh yeah, we'll sell this to people corn, but not people corn. Oh, there's a Mr. Snagged. Look at that sucker. This surface right here. Coming right towards you guys. Run, run, run. Actually, that looks like a freaking copperhead. Yeah, that didn't even look like a water snake there. That was interesting. I think a little bit scary. Dang it, every time I come in, this kernel just fall off. It's supposed to be pushed right up to the edge of that jig head, so the fish can't tell where the jig head starts and the corn starts. Alright, we're back. I think we're back for a minute. A couple minutes at least, hopefully. Maybe we'll get a hit real quick. I don't know. Yeah, I do not know how long we've been in. Every time I look at it, it looks different. Let's see, Hector with the heart emojis. Let's see, Sandy, what's going on? Thanks for coming in, Sandy. Thank you. Let's see, Sandy says, what's up, Hector? Hi, Sandy. Thank you for coming in, my friend. Happy Monday, y'all. It's Sir Rian Whiskers in the house. What's going on, Whisker? Thank you for coming in. Let's see, Danny says Hector. Danny says Sandy. And Danny says Whisker. And the trophy emojis. Let's see, Gaza, what's going on? Thank you for coming back in, my friend. Thank you. Let's see, and John, what's going on? Thanks for coming in, my friend. Let's see, what are you using for bait? Yep, I'm just using corn today. We don't have any money for anything else right now. We saw some skipjack herring hitting the surface. I threw a few artificials at them, but we weren't able to hook up with any of them. Worm costs a lot nowadays, and I just can't afford to buy them later on in the month. Let's see, 7 people in and 107 thumbs up. I appreciate that, my friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, Gaza, says Danny. See, I started at 12 o'clock, so 1, 2, 3, about 3 1/4. I don't know. Whoa, dude, don't fall on my dang tripod, you gigantic rock. Just dangling over the edge here. Stay where you are, rock. Stay, stay, stay. Yep, PayPal's drained for a while. I don't really have any money except for a can of corn, my friends. And even then, we still got a couple nice carp, buffalo carp, and a big old drum. Kind of little odd angles on the first little bit of the live feed because we were trying to kind of get in there close behind the shade spot I made up there. Let's see, any luck, Mike? Let's see, Gaza. Any luck? Let's see, we've caught 1 6-pound buffalo carp, 1 12-pound buffalo carp, and an 8-pound drum so far. That first few, like the first hour, like normally with me, the first hour of my feed, it's pretty action-filled. Let's see, Gaza says, yep, definitely a good session, my friend. I'm just kind of waiting here, checking it out, enjoying the evening down here with you guys. It's much, much cooler down here than it is up there. I literally kid you not, you can walk 9 feet up this bank and it's over 90 degrees. But down here it's in the 80s. The low 80s, like 80, 82 degrees. Every time you set up down here, every day it's like a totally different camera view. You get the rock set up, just every day you come down here, it's a little different. And my wire's going into the rock or something down here, I can't find it. That's what I get for getting a black lighter. I just used it to trim my line, and now I check my pocket and it ain't there no more. See, I believe I trimmed that line right here. And that's what happened. This whole rock started sliding down on me. Gummit. Bottle. Problem with moving rocks down here, there's usually a snake under one of the rocks. I do not see that sucker anywhere right now. Oh well. Oh well. Let's see, 6 people and 107 thumbs up. I appreciate that, my friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What's wrong with these guys? I can't believe I can't find stuff around here. I've already lost my knife. I just like to slide underneath rocks, and I don't like to stick my hands in rocks down here. That's like perfectly sitting there for like a common carp right by the bank. Rock. That's why I'm using the dig head too, because I can get a lot of out of the rocks. Much easier. Big old barge, muck up our whole quiet evening. Those waves rushing again. See everywhere down here except the main. That's why this stuff just. Of course, the place the fish are going to be is the rock line that is so tough to fish you want to break your neck. So, like, you know what that is? Let's see, who is that in chat? Let's see, John says, I do good, luck fishing, where are you, fishing today? Oh, this is the Mississippi River down by the Arch in St. Louis, my friend. We are about a quarter of a mile upriver from the Arch in St. Louis. And here come the big old waves coming in. Go back up a step. These barges just go a little bit too fast on here. Yeah, those waves probably knocked me off the spot again too. That knocked me all the way to the bank. And snagged me up. That's the problem when you're dealing with waves in a river going 30, 40 miles per hour barges. They just really unsettle things. They'll knock the baits off the bottom. They'll put the fish in deeper water. That's not coming out either. Knocked all my camera off, though. When you get that jig head snagged, you gotta at least come down there, get that out of there, kind of jiggle it out. It'll come out eventually. Using these jig heads saves you a ton of money on hooks and weights, because I've lost 2 hooks already down here through weight. But since I put the jig head on, I haven't gotten snagged. No. Well, yeah, I've gotten snagged. I've gotten it out. You get bites on this jig head like this. Make sure it's totally covered. Make sure the tip of that hook is just barely exposed. We're good to go. Same thing with this one. It's going to be snagged up. Oh, I got that one. Our first train, folks. Our first train of the day. Earbuds out, my friends. Earbuds out. Good. If I could just find my dang lighter in these rocks, I'd be okay, but I can't find it, so. I'm not sure who this is. Let me check. Let's see, Diggy, what's going on? Thanks for coming in, my friend. And John says hi again. This thing underneath the rock, underneath the rock, underneath the rock. Let's see. Dig says, y'all in Mississippi. This is the Mississippi River, but this is the Missouri. So this is Missouri. The other side over there is the Illinois side. This is the Missouri side. I do have kind of a Mississippi accent. Alabama. My grandmother on my mother's side was from Alabama. It kind of sticks out every once in a while. See, 7 people in and 108 thumbs up. I appreciate that, my friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, we're setting here for the evening run, my friends. Just kind of enjoying the pleasant time down here on the river, watching these big old grass carp around me that are just driving me a little crazy. They won't hit nothing today. They're usually very active and hitting anything you get near them, like corn or bread or anything. But today, they're all over the surface down here and they won't touch nothing. Now, mind you, we have caught one nice, let's see, 2 big buffalo carp today. One 6 pounds, one 16 pounds, and an 8-pound drum. Look at this, guys. I want to show you this. See if I can get these guys on film for you. Yep, see them right there? See them? See them right up at the surface right there? I put weightless corn right in front of these suckers and they won't touch it. See them right there? There's another one over there. If you can just see their noses get noses sticking out. They won't hit nothing today. See, 11 people in and 108 thumbs up. I appreciate that, my friends. I really, really do. I think I have the one of the best audiences in YouTube. My friends and family on YouTube. Tell you what, I could try an artificial bounty right here. So I've got my stuff picked up. These guys sometimes throw me an artificial just popping in front of the nose. Working like that. You guys are right up at the surface. Bite. I moved, I saw it. I'm taking a little aggressive. Don't like to stuff by him, so grab it. surface down there. They won't get anything. That's a terrible cast. I have a distinctive feeling that the only thing these guys are going to hit is one. Right in the head. Oops, didn't need to do that. Alright. I think we're going to call the beach today, folks. We've had a pretty good day. Hope you guys enjoyed the show, my friends. Hope you guys enjoyed your Monday. I appreciate you coming in, my friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, make sure I didn't miss anybody in chat here. Oh, no, I didn't. Let's see. 11 people in and 108 thumbs up. I appreciate that, my friends. I do. I hope you guys enjoyed the show today. We caught 3. 2 nice buffalo carp and a big old drum. It's a beautiful evening down here on the Mississippi River, my friends. Check out these guys out. There's 7 or 8 of them over here. Just eating that foam on top of the water. But I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to add my old good luck. Stay safe. See you on the water, my friends. Keep doing what you love. Keep them lines tight. I'll see you on the next one, my friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Bye.